Hello, hello. Welcome to the show. Today is the 27th of November, 2020. How are you guys doing? Last time we talked about why Blur was rising. It had to do with it being listed on Binance. It's not a spoiler alert if we already talked about it, right? Why the crypto market is up today. We talked about that Saturday. Uh, Bitcoin set to hit 40K. Hi, Jayan Ganesh, Jaya Ganesh, the diamonds. Thanks for joining. We talked about the interactive brokers, Hong Kong gains approval, getting approval for crypto trading. That was cool. That was a good sign for the retail, like regular clients, being able to use, do crypto trading on their system now. That was an interesting change. But we didn't get into this stuff. This is new for the show. We didn't talk about this. GBTC could lose $2.7 billion amid spot Bitcoin ETF approval, according to JP Morgan. The approval of Bitcoin ETFs is no longer a matter of if, but a matter of when. Some market analysts have it that the anticipated Grayscale Bitcoin spot ETF approval by the SEC might negatively influence the GBTC. Since the beginning of the year, GBTC has seen a significant inflow of investments that have totaled over $2.5 billion, and this is set to change. Other market analysts have shared a different view of the implications of BTC's approval by the SEC and state a bull rally for the major crypto that is anticipated by early 2024, right before the BTC halves. So different possibilities. If Bitcoin ETFs get approved, maybe GBTC will drop in significantly. Maybe yes, maybe no. It depends on the investors, really. UAE, United Arab Emirates regulator acknowledges full cooperation from Islamic coin issuer. So the UAE's VARA confirms Board Gen DMCC's full cooperation in Islamic coin investigation. VARA flags technical issues. BG needs approval for Islamic coin distribution in Dubai. BG states it's a developer, not an issuer of Islamic coin. Public sale was on a US regulated platform excluding Dubai. So, so Board Gen DMCC has been working with them to see if they can, bring it over there. Revealed that BG has undertaken significant remedial actions. These include implementing enhanced public disclosures, a move aimed at increasing market transparency and confidence. However, despite these efforts, VARA's recent enforcement notice highlighted technical non-compliances by BG, particularly in securing necessary approvals for the distribution of Islamic coin ISLM in Dubai. The notice issued on November 16th stipulates that while BG can continue its operations unrelated to virtual assets, it must maintain regular engagement with VARA and adhere to all regulatory requirements. So they can't really work in Dubai yet. They're working on it. So that's interesting. That ISLMs like Islam Coin is working with the regulator in the United Arab Emirates to get recognition so they can actually be used in a Muslim country. Ripple whales move $30 million to exchanges. How low will XRP drop? Recent moves by Ripple whales have raised questions and affected investors' confidence in the digital asset. Many expect XRP to tank. The coin is trading at 60 cents now. I was going to say 0.6 dollars. A whale made a transfer of almost 50 million XRP tokens to centralized financial firms, estimating a total of $31 million in the transfer. Experts wondering if it will retrace back to 50 cents. Will this happen? Other crypto assets have seen a growth in market value, and Bitcoin has been the dominant player following the anticipation of its price rising to $40,000. I'm not sure what's going to happen. What do you guys think? Do you think XRP is going to go back to 50 cents or it's going to go up? I know there are a lot of fans of XRP out there. A lot of people that don't like it too. They just don't usually speak up in the crypto sphere. It's more when you have one-on-one conversations, they'll tell you, "Oh, I don't like XRP or whatever." Usually, the same people don't like CBDCs in general. They prefer a more independent, more private crypto than public, which kind of makes sense for them not to like XRP. Scaling up, cutting corners, Binance's paperwork oversight. Binance faced legal issues for compliance failures, contrasting with the leniency often seen in traditional finance. Despite criticism, Binance notably aided financial inclusion for marginalized communities. The case highlights broader systemic issues in global finance, including rampant money laundering in major banks. Yeah, I could see that. Hi, 712, 382, 796. Nice to have you with us. So, millionaire math, how much SHIB do you need to make it? To become a millionaire? Is that the idea? Let's take a look. To become a SHIB millionaire at 0.001, you'd need 1 billion tokens, currently costing around $8,220. Predictions suggest SHIB might hit $0.001 between 2030 and 2040, requiring patience from investors. SHIB's success depends on reducing its massive supply, with new burn mechanisms potentially speeding up its value increase. Interesting. You can do that math for a lot of these different tokens. It's just kind of fun to do. BRICS forms concrete plan to ditch USD in trade. What is their plan this time? BRICS nations, especially Russia, China, and India, are attempting to replace the US dollar with their local currencies for global trade. Internal conflicts and geopolitical rivalries within BRICS, particularly between India and China, hinder this ambition. Despite efforts, the dominance of the US dollar in international trade remains largely unchallenged due to these internal divisions. And I don't see a way forward for their internal divisions. They're literally like the divisions between, say, China and India have to do with India actually believing it's an independent country and China not being very happy with countries around it having their own independence and doing things without China telling them what to do. That kind of thing. And Russia is the main supplier for India of weapons, so they can defend themselves from China. So that's a weird trio and a weird dynamic right there from the get-go. And then you have China's biggest ally that's not North Korea is Pakistan, right? And Pakistan is like right there next to India, and they're probably the biggest long-term enemies in the region as far as modern geopolitics. So it's a really, 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 really complicated thing to get these countries to agree on anything. If that random economist hadn't said, "Oh, BRICS should be a thing," then they never would have worked together. This wouldn't even exist if somebody from the outside hadn't come up with the idea. So it's interesting. So indexed finance overcomes DAO threats, sets sights on treasury redistribution. I don't know much about this one. Let's take a look. Indexed finance successfully fended off 2 takeover attempts on its DAO, safeguarding its treasury following a significant hack in 2021. The DAO employed strategic defenses, including a poison pill proposal, and negotiated with attackers to prevent loss of control. With the threats neutralized, Index DAO plans to redistribute the remaining funds to compensate victims of the previous hack. So what's this poison pill they're talking about? So Index Finance, known for its Ethereum-based project, has recently overcome 2 aggressive takeover attempts on its decentralized autonomous organization, or DAO. This triumph comes after the organization's troubling history, marked by a substantial $16 million hack in 2021. The Index DAO, now out of imminent danger, is preparing to redistribute its treasury funds, focusing on compensating victims of the previous hack. And that's a lot of work to do. Lawrence Day, a former core contributor, recently shared on a thread on X how the Index community came together to thwart 2 attempts to hijack the remaining treasury of the Index DAO. Okay, so disable time lock admin, defeated, canceled, assign ownership of time lock to trusted multi. Wow. Okay, so they got attacked pretty deeply, it seems. The first threat to the Index DAO emerged when an attacker holding a considerable amount of the protocol's NDX token initiated a stealthy proposal aimed at seizing control of the organization. This proposal, conspicuously devoid of a title or description, was nearly successful in eluding detection. However, the Indexed community, spearheaded by former core contributor Lawrence Day, acted with alacrity. Rallying together, they garnered enough opposition votes to block the proposal just an hour before its potential passage. The team implemented a defensive strategy to anticipate further attacks, particularly exploiting a vulnerability that could jeopardize funds beyond the immediate treasury. They introduced a poison pill proposal, a radical approach allowing for the burning of treasury funds to deter future attacks. Wow. The Index DAO's foresight proved accurate as a second attack surfaced. In this instance, the attacker, emboldened by their holdings, sought to negotiate for a substantial share of the treasury. Dylan Keller, one of the Index's founding members, responded with a strategic counteroffer, about $10,000 in DAI stablecoins, accompanied by an ultimatum to burn the entire treasury if not accepted. The attacker acquiesced to Keller's terms as the deadline approached, accepting the offer and retracting their proposal. Following these episodes, the Index team shifted their defense strategy to restitution. They canceled the poison pill proposal and instead transitioned control of the time lock to a multi-sig system controlled by Day, Keller, and the synonymous co-founder PR0 to enhance security and stabilize governance. As Indexed Finance transitions from its defensive stance, the focus is now on healing and rebuilding trust within the community. This recent episode not only underscores the resilience and unity of the Indexed DAO, but also highlights the dynamic nature of security and governance challenges in the decentralized finance space. That's interesting. So, like, I don't think there are very safe DAOs out there right now. I'm not sure. If you guys know of some, I'm really interested. All about Polkadot's game changers, Core Jam and Core Play. Let's take a look at this. Polkadot is launching Core Jam and Core Play to replace its parachain auction system with more user-friendly alternatives, Agile Core Time and Bulk Core Time. The platform is introducing secure bridges for enhanced interoperability between Ethereum, Kusama, and Polkadot, broadening its network connectivity. These updates signify Polkadot's commitment to simplifying the blockchain experience, focusing on accessibility and innovation in this ecosystem. Ethereum, Kusama, and Polkadot. Yeah, that's some good partnerships. That makes sense. Congress mulls special panel in response to soaring U.S. debt. I watched a video earlier today of, I forget who it was, but they said you could solve the debt problem in 5 minutes, make it illegal for Congress people to run again if they don't balance the budget. The U.S. Congress is considering forming a special commission. That was Warren Buffett. The U.S. Congress is considering forming a special commission to address the nation's surging debt, which has reached $33.7 trillion, or 124% of GDP. Anything over 100% is definitely too much. Anything above 50% is already a lot. Because the amount of interest that you pay on your national debt can then become the greatest spending a year for your entire country, which is crazy. This initiative follows credit rating agencies' warnings and downgrades, emphasizing the urgent need for a realistic strategy to manage the fiscal crisis. So they're going to explore some solutions. So they're paying $659 billion in interest payments on the national debt in fiscal 2023 alone. It's a lot. It's a huge portion of GDP as well. Uniswap X breaks records, tops $1 billion in trading volume. Uniswap X, a decentralized finance protocol, achieved a significant milestone with its trading volume surpassing $1 billion just 4 months after its launch. Market makers Wintermute and Toka Labs played a key role in this achievement, contributing a significant portion of the daily trading volume. Despite competition from other platforms like Kyber Swap, Uniswap, X's rapid growth highlights the increasing demand for decentralized open source trading protocols in the DeFi space. I need to look into this more. Like I know Uniswap a little bit. It's been quite practical to use for all kinds of different things. Dollar ditched as investors eye peak interest rates. The recent shift in the financial world is as clear as day. The mighty dollar is losing its charm. Investors riding the wave of speculation that the U.S. Federal Reserve's interest rate hike marathon is nearing its finish line are rapidly offloading their dollar holdings. This isn't just a hunch, it's a trend backed by cold hard data. The past month has seen asset managers wave goodbye to 1.6% of their dollar positions, the steepest drop since the previous November, as per State Street's reports. This institution, holding sway over a staggering $40 trillion in assets, notes that this sell-off spree kicked off right after the U.S. job market showed signs of slowing down in early November. This flurry of sales has pushed the greenback into a bit of a nosedive, marking its worst monthly performance in a year. Analysts are sitting up and taking notice, suggesting this could be just the beginning of a longer-term move away from U.S. assets. Or it could just be a correction in the market. Doesn't have to be some insane thing that's starting, but it could also be an insane thing that started happening. Nigeria's central bank tightens policy to fight inflation. Under new Governor Olayemi Cardoso is tightening monetary policy to combat high inflation, which reached 27.33%. The Central Bank of Nigeria is ending unorthodox policies and focusing on explicit inflation targeting. Nigeria's economy, currently $240 billion, is projected to grow to $1 trillion in 7 years, requiring banks to increase capital. They're trying to fix their inflation problem. It's crazy to me when looking at Nigeria or Turkey and then seeing their inflation rates and how like the EU and the US and Japan complain with their interest rates are near 5%. And these are in double digits, 20, 60, 70% inflation. And it's just like, how in the world do you even do anything in an economy like that? 2023 saw major legal actions in the crypto world following the FTX collapse and UST Peg. The SEC filed significant lawsuits against Binance and Coinbase for alleged securities violations. Binance faced charges of offering unregistered securities and mishandling customer funds. This is like the legal side of 2023, the top 2023 legal showdowns. High-profile battles, SEC versus Binance and Coinbase. The Celsius saga. New York's major crypto crackdown had to do with Digital Currency Group. Former Genesis CEO Michael Morrow, Gemini, and Genesis. Then we had the Sam Bankman-Fried trial. It's been a year full of court issues, really. Hi, ZI. Nice to have you with us. Year of Blockchain Wonders, 2023's landmark tech advances. Let's take a look at this as well. 2023 saw major advancements in blockchain technology, demonstrating resilience after the tumultuous events of 2022. Key developments included the introduction of zero-knowledge or ZK rollups like ZK Sync Era and Polygon's ZK EVM, enhancing blockchain efficiency and reducing transaction costs. Zero-knowledge rollups enable secure off-chain transaction verification without disclosing data on the mainnet, differing from optimistic rollups. So that was a big change. ZK snarks, ZK rollups, all ZK EVM, all of that sort of thing was pretty revolutionary in the last year. College dropouts persisted in crypto despite market woes. Carson Case, a university dropout, succeeded in the crypto industry as a freelancer, earning $300,000 in 2 years despite a failed DeFi project. Andrew Wang left journalism school to immerse in NFTs and Web3, sustaining himself through early NFT trading amidst the declining NFT market. Rishi Munch, another college dropout, co-founded a blockchain startup, Movement Labs, raising $3.4 million in funding. So college dropouts are still getting involved in crypto and blockchain, even in the last year's bear market. Why is the crypto market up today? This was from yesterday. Bitcoin nears $40,000 with an 18-month high. Why XRP investors need to brace for impact amid SEC appeal drama. Market sentiments indicate that the U.S. Securities and Exchanges Commission will challenge the XRP projection despite the parent company's partial wins. XRP has showcased an interesting price action in its market trend as it remained above the 50-day EMA, as well as the 200-day EMA. At the time of writing, XRP is currently tagged at 62 cents 20 with a weekly gain of 1.39%. However, its trading volume is reduced by 45.06% in the past 24 hours. So yeah, I'm looking to see what's going to happen with the next court case, because I feel like there is going to be an appeal. I feel like that's going to be a lot of drama, like the article says, actually. Hi, Binance user 9B85C. Nice to have you with us. What do you guys expect to see with the court case between Ripple and the SEC on round 2? Bitcoin transaction fees dip after weeks of surging revenue. Bitcoin transaction fees have witnessed a slight drop after weeks of surging revenue, blockchain activities, and minor revenue milestones. Bitcoin transaction fees have recently undergone a notable easing following a surge that saw fees exceeding $18 per transaction on 2 occasions last week. As of November 24th, 2023, the average transaction fee settled at approximately $5.89, with the median fee per transfer standing at $2.86. The spike in transaction costs, reaching over $18 per transfer on November 16th and 18th, has since seen a decline. I think that's good for anybody who wants to use Bitcoin right now. See, JP Morgan discusses the effects of spot ETFs on Bitcoin's price. We already talked about that earlier. But let's check to see if it's the same. Yeah, they think it could exit GBTC and go towards the spot ETFs. Okay, it's possible. Stablecoins market experiences a significant resurgence. The stablecoin market has experienced a significant resurgence, seeing a massive rise in its market value. So let's see, a substantial increase in the combined market value of leading stablecoins from $123.66 billion to the current $129.14 billion. This noteworthy growth of almost $6 billion comes on the heels of the stablecoin industry shedding tens of billions over the past year, with tokens such as BUSD, USDP, and USDC recording considerable redemptions during this period. It still grew even with all of that going on. That's crazy. Like, I pay attention to this, and I didn't expect that. Like when you're looking at it every day really close up, you don't necessarily see the bigger trends. You're like, oh, well, BUSD is not really going to be used anymore. Okay. And we're moving away from BUSD. And then you take a look back at, USDC, USDC, USDT, and all these other ones. You're like, oh, okay. It's actually grown. LooksRare NFT Marketplace embarks on a new phase with contract migration. Oh. LooksRare and NFT Marketplace has announced the end of its 24-month release plan and is transitioning to a new contract requiring users to migrate their Looks tokens to continue earning rewards. To incentivize early adoption of the new contract, LooksRare is adding $200,000 worth of ETH to the reward pool to be distributed over the first 7 days following the migration, starting on November 27th at 1900 Beijing time. That should either have started already or should be soon. Chainlink Network gears up for a major update, staking version 0.2 launch imminent. Staking. Chainlink is set to launch its updated staking in just 3 days. Beginning on November 29th, Chainlink is providing a 9-day exclusive migration period for current version 0.1 stakers. The window allows these users to seamlessly transfer their staked Link tokens and any accumulated rewards to the new V0.2 system. So if you're on Chainlink's staking system, head over there and move your stuff over as soon as you can, before it becomes complicated or you have to pay something for it, or unstake and then restake on the new system. Bhutan's hidden Bitcoin mining. A report uncovers secret sites. Let's take a look at this. We don't usually talk about Bhutan. It's a small country between China and India, kind of like Nepal, but smaller. Forbes investigation revealed that Bhutan, known for its environmental commitment, is secretly operating Bitcoin mining facilities. The discovery, made using satellite imagery and insider information, contrasts with the country's image as a carbon-negative country. The venture into Bitcoin mining suggests economic innovation, but raises environmental concerns due to the high energy consumption of mining activities, challenging Bhutan's reputation for sustainability. It's a very secluded country. The investigation was conducted by Forbes. Hi, Binance user 9B85C, Ait Mimoun Mohammed. Nice to have you with us. They used an analysis of satellite imagery from Planet Labs, Satellite View, and Google Earth. The investigation, combination of satellite imagery along with insider information regarding Bhutan's investments in cryptocurrency. The approach led to the identification of what appears to be 4 crypto mining facilities across the Himalayan nation, previously undisclosed to the public. Interesting. They're strategically concealed amongst the dense forests and rugged mountainous terrain of Bhutan. Additionally, the imagery revealed high-capacity power lines and transformers extending from Bhutan's hydroelectric plants directly to these mining sites. The locations of these covert operations are as intriguing as their existence. One facility was found near Dochula Pass, an area revered for its 108 memorial shrines. The other sites are situated in Trongsa, a central mountainous town, Dragana in the south, and an area known as Education City, a site of a failed $1 billion government project aimed at economic revival. Forbes' investigation suggests that the construction of these sites likely commenced around 2020, inferred from the tracking of earth moving and building activities in these areas. Bitcoin mining globally consumes about 91 terawatt hours of electricity annually, a figure surpassing the energy usage of many countries. Bhutan's energy imports and usage have seen a notable increase in recent years. Despite traditionally selling its surplus hydropower to India, the country purchased electricity worth $20.7 million in 2023, a move possibly linked to its new crypto mining endeavors. King Jigme Khesar Namgyel Wangchuk, Bhutan's monarch, has reportedly been fascinated with cryptocurrency for some time. His interest is driven by a vision to leverage the digital currency platform to avert potential economic crises in Bhutan. The strategic move into the realm of digital currency is an effort to diversify the nation's economic strategies in the face of various challenges. Bhutan, often referred to as the last Shangri-La, has faced its share of economic challenges in recent years. The COVID-19 pandemic severely impacted its tourism sector, a significant source of revenue for the country. Additionally, the nation grapples with rising youth unemployment and a worrying trend of brain drain due to increasing rates of emigration. The foray into cryptocurrency mining is an innovative, albeit unorthodox, approach to bolstering the nation's economy. By tapping into the lucrative world of digital currencies, Bhutan could create new revenue streams and employment opportunities, addressing some of its pressing economic issues. However, the venture into Bitcoin mining is not without its controversies. The environmental impact of such operations, particularly in a country celebrated for its commitments to environmental conservation and being a carbon negative nation, raises questions. Moreover, the secrecy surrounding these facilities and the potential implications for Bhutan's energy policies and international relations add layers of complexity to the development. Interesting. Maybe they can find more renewable energy ways to compensate for the extra load on their hydroelectric system. Crypto industry eyes potential surge with Bitcoin ETF approval. Talking about this a lot. Tom Farley, former New York Stock Exchange president, discusses the potential impact of a Bitcoin ETF approval. Farley's insights suggest a significant influx of funds into the crypto industry with an ETF. The approval of a Bitcoin ETF is a pivotal moment for institutional crypto investment. Just waiting to see when that's going to happen. Like we've said many times, it could happen anytime, starting now in December or January. Probably January. I believe the SEC doesn't do that in December, but we'll see. Ripple CTO challenges SEC on cryptocurrency regulations. Again. Ripple CTO David Schwartz joins the debate between the SEC and Coinbase, offering a fresh perspective on what defines security. The controversy was ignited by Coinbase's chief legal officer's comparison of cryptocurrencies to baseball cards. Schwartz argues that promoters' efforts and scarcity influence the value of collectibles like baseball cards. So that doesn't necessarily make something a security because a baseball card is not a security, right? Interesting point of view. Robert Kiyosaki predicts Bitcoin to reach astounding $135,000. By when? That's the question. Not surprised by the amount. Robert Kiyosaki advises investing in gold, silver, and Bitcoin as alternatives to traditional financial systems. Gold prices surpassed $2,000 per ounce, bolstered by a weakened US dollar and market expectations. Kiyosaki predicts Bitcoin could soar to $135,000, highlighting its recent recovery above $38,000. It's also possible. Let's see. Charles Hoskinson critiques Ethereum staking overhaul plans. Vitalik Buterin openly recognized Ethereum's centralized nature during an event in Turkey. Buterin voices concerns about Ethereum's multiple staking pools and challenges with solo staking. Buterin proposes a shift to the unspent transaction, or UTXO, approach to enhance Ethereum's decentralization. Charles Hoskinson, by the way, is the founder of Cardano, has responded with sarcasm to Ethereum's plans to redesign its staking structure, shedding light on his ongoing skepticism regarding Ethereum's design flaws. The rivalry between these blockchain protocols continues to intensify, with both striving to establish dominance in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. So Buterin seems to have the willingness to address the shortcomings of Ethereum's current staking structure and work towards a greater decentralization in the network. Charles Hoskinson, on the other hand, has consistently championed Cardano's liquid staking offering as the gold standard for evaluating a decentralized system. Despite Cardano's lower market capitalization than Ethereum, Charles Hoskinson advocates for the protocol's design and features. He said Ethereum 3 will have it all sorted as his Riley comment, his like sarcastic way of looking at it. This response reflects his belief in the superiority of Cardano's design and his view that Ethereum is still grappling with fundamental issues. And staking is having legal issues with Kraken in court and everything else happening in that sphere. So it's hard to find out what's going to happen with staking in the near future, actually. Developing nations joined the trend to ditch the dollar for good. Let's see which ones. BRICS nations are leading a global movement to reduce reliance on the US dollar in favor of local currencies for international trade. When they say local currencies, they mean their own, usually. This trend is gaining momentum with countries in Africa and beyond showing interest in moving away from USD in trade. Which countries? This campaign has already borne fruit with countries like Russia, India, Pakistan, and Saudi Arabia warming up to the idea. They're all BRICS related. Countries like Kenya and Nigeria are showing signs of joining this emerging trend. They are some of the biggest economies in Africa, so maybe they stand a chance of actually being able to do that to some extent. Okay, if it's just those two, that's interesting. Nigeria is like pretty much the biggest economy in Africa, though. So that is interesting. RFK Jr. advocates for financial freedom via crypto in America. RFK Jr. advocates for using cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin to achieve financial independence from government control. He proposes treasury bills backed by Bitcoin and other assets, opposing central bank digital currencies. RFK Jr. aims to challenge financial monopolies and promote economic freedom, aligning digital currency with traditional Kennedy democratic values. I don't feel like he has traditional Kennedy democratic values, but I could be wrong. I have a funny story about the Kennedys, actually. I went to an art class at one point in France about the history of art. In university, it was like a special extra thing you could do for extra credit. And I did it, and I don't remember if I passed or not. I think I did. Anyhow, we had this special week commemorating one of Kennedy's aides while he was president, who was actually from a small village in my area where I grew up in France. And so they had this big thing, this big expose in the university library about him with like giant posters and everything for a week. And in this art class, they had they actually talked about this guy because he had something to do with art, was painting and things like that. And the guy passed away, but his wife was there, and she happened to be sitting next to me during this expose about this guy's life and his art and all this different stuff. And I was struggling to stay awake, and I think everybody else was too during the speech that this lady was giving about the whole thing. And the guy's wife, sitting next to me, leans over to the person next to her that I don't know who that person was, and goes, and this is somebody that used to hang out with the Kennedys when they were in the White House, right? And she goes, "This would be a lot more interesting if she just did a striptease." I was like, what? I was not expecting that, but they've always had this kind of I don't know. The Kennedy White House and the Kennedy Circle had this whole kind of strange thing to do with entertainment that I've always found really different. It's not my type of American culture at all. So I don't know if he has Kennedy democratic values or not. I think he would reform the Democratic Party before trying to reform the U.S. I don't know. So it's a that's something that could be debated. Hi, Boo19 and Benita Gale. Nice to have you guys with us. This week in Asia, crypto highlights and top stories. Let's take a look real quick. Cryptocurrency continues to make waves across Asia with a series of significant developments shaping the landscape. From regulatory changes to high-profile scams, the continent is buzzing with activity in the digital currency space. So Singapore. Let's see what's up with Singapore. They've halted the provision of trading incentives, discontinuing credit card payments for digital payment token services, and imposing restrictions on using cryptocurrencies in calculating customer net assets. These rules, set to take effect in mid-2024, aim to dampen the speculative fervor in the crypto arena. Meanwhile, Taiwan is bolstering its regulatory framework. That's interesting, actually. Taiwan is taking steps to tighten the reins on its burgeoning digital asset market. So a lot of regulation in Singapore and Taiwan. Hong Kong Securities and Futures Commission is cracking down on dubious virtual asset trading platforms. Have flagged for suspicious activities. The Hong Kong digital asset organization BitCup and Hunax have all been flagged for suspicious activities. The inclusion of these platforms in the Commission's list underlines the heightened vigilance against fraudulent operations in the cryptosphere. Yeah, there's a lot of kind of like scammy vibes coming out of Hong Kong right now, or at least the Hong Kong regulators are catching all the scams, I guess, because we know about them. So that's interesting. On a brighter note, the Philippine Bureau of the Treasury took a bold leap into the future with the issuance of tokenized bonds. That was I think that was 2 weeks ago, maybe less. A whopping 15 billion PHP worth of bonds were snapped up by institutional investors, showcasing the country's openness to embracing blockchain technology in its financial operations. Japan is also making strides in the digital securities arena. The Osaka Digital Exchange is prepping to launch the country's first digital securities trading later this year. So a lot going on in Japan too. Victory Securities in Hong Kong is setting a precedent to become the first licensed entity to offer virtual asset trading and advisory services to retail investors. There's a lot going on in Asia. It's pretty crazy. Hi, anonymous user 8790E. Nice to have you with us. Super Soar triggers Binance's high leverage debut. Binance Futures launches USDM Super Perpetual Contract with up to 50x leverage, following a significant 93% surge in the Super token's value. The new contract offers unique features like a capped funding rate, frequent funding fee settlements, and the flexibility of multi-assets mode, allowing the use of various cryptocurrencies as margin. Adjustments to the contract specifications are anticipated in response to market conditions, ensuring a secure and dynamic trading environment for users. November surge, Solana sees $70 billion in USDC volume. Solana's USDC transaction volume hit a record $71 billion in November, signaling strong investor confidence. The surge in DEX trading volume and large USDC transfers indicate significant institutional engagement. Solana's ecosystem shows robust growth with a wide user base and diverse dApp utilization. Cosmos Hub votes to cut Atom's inflation rate by 14% to 10%. Cosmos Hub approved the proposal to reduce Atom's inflation rate from about 14% to 10%, impacting its staking yield. The decision passed with 41.1% of votes in favor, was contentious, and saw a high turnout. Critics like Allnodes argue that the reduction could harm small validators and the broader ecosystem. That's interesting. So the annualized staking yield for Atom is expected to reduce from about 19% to 13.4%. So Coinbase adds ADA, Link, Doge, XLM, perpetual future contracts. So that's the Coinbase International Exchange. Set to add these on December 30th. So like XLM, ADA, Link, and Doge. This expansion adds the existing portfolio of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. So as those, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 to those, 3 of them makes 7. Focusing on serving non-US clients amid regulatory complexities. These cryptocurrencies were selected based on their market presence and unique value propositions, aligning with Coinbase's strategy for global market reach and compliance. Bitso launches Buy Once, Buy Safe. Bitso launches Buy Once, Buy Safe feature for secure holiday payments with disposable cards. Users benefit from enhanced data security, faster payments, and a new crypto payment option. Protecting against scams. Bitso's innovative technology transforms daily crypto card transactions. Not sure what's going on. AI hype and the security minefield in the race for futuristic functionality. I'm going to be right back. Let's do shoes. AI hype is risking realistic expectations and hindering investment in crucial areas like security. Hi guys, sorry about that. I thought I was freaking out with like shoes, something before going out. Hi, Binance user 4EC1E, Sumaya 60, Bager 7256. Nice to have you guys with us. All right. AI hype is risking realistic expectations and hindering investment in crucial areas like security, with potential consequences for the future. Bill Gates' vision of fully autonomous self-driving AI agents within 5 years may be too optimistic, as current challenges include biases, functionality issues, and a significant security threat known as prompt injection. The prompt injection problem poses a serious security risk, as attackers can manipulate large language models, making investment in AI security imperative for a safer future. That also works with AI in crypto projects. Imagine you have a trading bot with AI inside it, and it just suddenly somebody injects something into it so that it buys their own crypto, for example, that they made to get their prices up. Or you could also see it as a government injecting something into it for it to buy their CBDC or something like that to add value. And that's the least nefarious thing they could do. They could just steal your money, right? Mark Cuban pushes blockchain for real estate and urban growth. Mark Cuban, a well-known tech billionaire, is strongly interested in incorporating blockchain technology into real estate and urban development. This move follows Jason Calacanis's proposal to build 10 new cities in the United States, each with 1 million housing units focused on sustainability and affordability. Cuban's proposal involves using a smart contract on a zero-knowledge layer 2 blockchain platform to automate and secure real estate transactions and project management. That's an interesting way to do it. Ripple IPO faces delay due to fintech market challenges. It's an interesting. Crypto analyst Crypto Airy reports a delay in Ripple's IPO, citing market downturns. Ripple's public market entry timeline is extended due to broader market trends. The fintech downturn is equally affecting the cryptocurrency sector, including Ripple. That makes absolute sense. I'd be surprised if it didn't. The SEC struggles to serve Richard Hart in an international case. Due to his residence in Finland, the SEC is facing difficulties in serving a lawsuit against Richard Hart, the founder of HEX. This situation demonstrates the challenges regulatory bodies face in pursuing legal actions internationally. The SEC may consider alternative means of service under Rule 4F of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure if current methods fail. That's interesting. Huh. In July 2022, a notable precedent was set in the United Kingdom where a judge approved the delivery of legal notices through blockchain technology, specifically by airdropping lawsuit documents as non-fungible tokens into identified wallets. That's brilliant. I was not aware of that. That's hilarious. Oh, I got some new NFTs. What are these? Oh, I'm going to court. Like, get airdropped court documents. That's hilarious. Next, we're gonna see like, oh, I just got airdropped something. What is this? Oh, it's a divorce. Oh shit. That's not good. Like, you can see some really like non-scam, non-hack airdrops that are negative. That'll be weird. So weird. So very strange. Cosmos Proposal 884 leads to the creation of a new Atom 1 network. Oh. Jaquan, co-founder of Cosmos, announces the creation of Atom 1, a new network forked from the Cosmos Hub. The decision follows the contentious approval of Proposal 848, which set the Atom token's maximum inflation rate at 10%. Atom 1 aims to retain the original maximum inflation rate of 20% to reward validators and stakers adequately. Interesting. So if you're not happy with the original version, now there's this kind of thing. What's driving the Indian rupee's free fall is BRICS in turmoil. Of course, BRICS is always in turmoil, but what does he mean by this? The rupee, the national currency of BRICS member India, fell to a new low against the US dollar. The rupee fell to 83.38, accompanied by a strengthening US dollar relative to all BRICS local currencies. The rupee has fallen as a result of top global banks and merchants competing for the US dollar rather than the rupee. Asian currencies performed poorly against the US dollar this quarter. Analysts have it that the rupee could trade higher in December next month following a $1.5 billion rebalancing in the equity markets. I mean, India has all kinds of economic strengths, but it has a lot of pitfalls too. And it can't really stand on its own. And it can't stand on the shoulders of China. China doesn't work that way. So the only economy it could stand on the shoulders of that would be massive enough would either be, I would say, Europe or the US, that wouldn't just pull India down or push them down to rise this itself. The EU would have a higher chance of doing that than the US, actually. So interesting thoughts. Police shut down 42 fake sites as North Korean hackers strike again. North Korean hackers stole crypto from 19 victims by posing as officials and journalists, also mining on seized servers. Police shut down 42 fake hacker websites and will share server info with experts. Lazarus Group, linked to North Korea, moved $8.5 million via blockchain, controlling 125 Bitcoin addresses. The campaign spanned from March to October, during which the hackers expropriated user IDs and profiles of 19 victims to gain access to their cryptocurrency trading accounts. Additionally, they utilized more than 147 proxy servers they had seized to execute crypto mining programs, further expanding their illicit activities. The hackers' modus operandi involved impersonating various personas, including government officials and members of the media. Wow. This allowed them to gain the trust of their victims and gain access to their sensitive information. Once inside, they seized control of cryptocurrency trading accounts, siphoning off digital assets without the account holder's consent. These same North Korean hackers, less than a year ago, had employed malicious software to steal cryptocurrency, causing widespread concerns about potential property and asset loss. Wait a second. Is that how they got in? The report indicates that in their previous campaign, the hackers distributed ransomware, coercing victims into paying significant sums to regain access to their digital property. In response to this cyber threat, law enforcement agencies have taken decisive action. A total of 42 fake websites operated by North Korean hackers were shut down in collaboration with the Korea Internet and Security Agency. Wow. So they did this to South Koreans? Huh. Very, very interesting. According to Zach XBT, the group managed to transfer approximately $8.5 million across 3 different blockchain networks. At the same time as this revelation, Lazarus Group reportedly had control over 125 Bitcoin addresses, collectively holding 290 BTC. Each of these wallet addresses contained between 1 and 3 BTC, further emphasizing the scale of their cryptocurrency holdings. That's crazy. Yeah, that needs to be stopped. That's not good for crypto. Crypto analyst emphasizes trading as a business, not a job. Interesting. Well, I mean, if you can hire other people to do it, it's a business. If you have to do all the work yourself, it's not really a business. Treat crypto trading like a business, not a job, says Ionic XBT. Focus on smart decisions and risk control. Crypto trading has no fixed pay. Success depends on skills and strategies rather than hours worked. Ionic XBT advises seeking trading chances in crypto projects with big news and catalysts. That can work. So it's about mindset, not about actual structure. That's interesting. Paradigm calls out Blast over its marketing strategy. Paradigm has called out Blast over some of the decisions that the network has made recently. Paradigm holds a seed investment in Blast. The criticism primarily revolves around what Paradigm perceives as crossing lines in both messaging and execution. Dan Robinson, the head of research at Paradigm, shared these concerns on X, expressing disagreement with Blast's decision to launch a bridge before its Layer 2 network and imposing a 3-month withdrawal restriction. Interesting. We've said some things about Blast recently. They had to defend themselves and say they weren't a Ponzi scheme. I remember that. Japanese market embraces USDC as Circle and SBI set the stage for Web3. Circle and SBI Holdings joined forces to promote USDC and Web3 services in Japan, capitalizing on recent regulatory changes. The partnership aims to boost USDC adoption in Japan, aided by SBI Shinsei Bank's banking services. USDC is the second largest stablecoin globally with a market cap of approximately $24.6 billion. It's gaining popularity in Asia, Latin America, and elsewhere. HTX enables deposits and withdrawals after its $30 million hack. I remember when they said they would stop them indefinitely. Previously known as Huobi, has successfully reinstated Bitcoin deposits and withdrawals after a debilitating $30 million exploit on November 22nd. This cryptocurrency exchange linked to entrepreneur Justin Sun announced the resumption of functionality for several currencies, including BTC, Ethereum, Tron, and USDT, as outlined in a blog post on November 26th. So they're back. They're running again. Inferno Drainer announces plans to halt its operations. We're seeing a lot of these right now. It's like they made it through the bear market and now they're shutting down. It's crazy. Inferno Drainer has announced on Telegram that it's halting its operations after aiding about $70 million in crypto theft. Okay, that's understandable. They'd close down after seeing everybody go to court. Lingering threats of hacks in the crypto space. In recent developments, Inferno Drainer, a notorious crypto wallet draining kit, has announced its closure after allegedly assisting phishing scammers and stealing nearly $70 million worth of cryptocurrency throughout the year. The team behind Inferno Drainer announced on November 26th through a Telegram post stating that it was time for them to move on. Despite the shutdown, they mentioned that the files and infrastructure necessary to run the wallet draining operations would not be destroyed. Instead, they would remain active, allowing users to make a smooth transition to alternative services. The announcement conveyed gratitude to their user base, acknowledging the collaborative effort in their illicit activities. The post expressed a sense of finality, recognizing that nothing lasts forever. Wow. Okay. BAYC owners, so Bored Ape Yacht Club owners, targeted in Forbes impersonation scam. Oh no. Forbes impersonation targets BAYC owners risking NFT theft. Distracting tactics like a banana photo expose scam attempts. Rising NFT scams highlight the need for online caution. Cryptocurrency collectors and owners of BAYC NFTs have fallen victims to a sophisticated scam involving the impersonation of Forbes journalists. In a recent incident, a BAYC owner narrowly avoided a potential asset theft during what seemed like a routine interview request. Wow. So again, we see people posing as journalists and trying to steal people's digital assets. How did they figure out who they are in the first place? It's curious. Former New York Stock Exchange president discusses the benefits of spot Bitcoin ETFs. We did talk about this. Bitcoin set to end November at $40,000. Here's what to watch out for. Let's take a look. Bitcoin starts the week at its 18-month high, trading at $36,964.16, with a 49.38% market dominance and a possibility of hitting the $40,000 mark before November markets close. The crypto market is primed for traditional market impacts with U.S. Fed inflation statistics and top Fed official speeches this week. On December 1st, Fed Chair Jerome Powell will speak. The crypto market, so let's see. Crypto investors continue to bank on the approval of BTC spot ETFs anytime soon, probably the start of 2024. However, the hopes of approval have the market on a positive stance. Just looking to see if there's another bull running past my window. That would be funny after that article. Alleged $15.4 million scam by Hunax sends Hong Kong authorities scrambling. Hunax scam spans ages 19 to 78, impacting diverse Hong Kong investors. SFC flags Hunax, emphasizing vital regulatory oversight in cryptocurrency. Taiwan's actions highlight cross-border challenges, urging global anti-fraud cooperation. They're all working together. Interesting. All the governments. Let's take a look at coin market cap and see where the market is today. All right. The global crypto market cap is $1.4 trillion, a 1.85% decrease over the last day. The total crypto market volume over the last 24 hours is $51.41 billion, which makes a 58.23% increase. The total volume in DeFi is currently $5.28 billion, 10.28% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. The volume of all stablecoins is now $47.89 billion, which is 93.16% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Bitcoin's dominance is currently 51.47%, an increase of 0.17% over the day. So BTC right now is at $36,962.31. It's down 1.19% in the last 24 hours, down 1.09% in the last 7 days. Ethereum is at $2,024.42. It's down 2.14% in the last 24 hours, down 0.6% in the last 7 days. We see the fear and greed index is at 71, which is in the greed. BNB is at $226.28. It's down 2.6% in the last 24 hours, down 8.6% in the last 7 days. Let's take a look at the biggest winners and losers real quick, because I have a feeling that they're going to be huge. Okay. I saw some of the biggest winners real quick, and I was like, wow. So gas is down 8.99% in the last 24 hours to $8.07, down 0.45% in the last 7 days. Mina is down 8.41% in the last 24 hours, up 7.10% in the last 7 days to 69 cents 84. And then we have FTX token FTT, which is down 8% in the last 24 hours, up 9.82% in the last 7 days. Biggest winners in the last 24 hours, they're crazy. Terra Classic USD or USTC is up 258.72% in the last 24 hours. Up 394.52% in the last 7 days to 6 cents 687. Terra Classic LunC is up 46.61% in the last 24 hours, up 57.42% in the last 7 days. And Luna Terra is up 21.17% in the last 24 hours, up 32.9% in the last 7 days to 85 cents 79. What's interesting about those three is they're the only ones with double digits in the positive in the last 24 hours. And what this tells me is the fact that Do Kwon is going to be extradited is actually positive for Terra. I'll be right back. Very, very interesting stuff. Let's go back to the main cryptocurrencies real quick. We talked about BNB. XRP is down 3.91% in the last 24 hours, down 3.21% in the last 7 days to 60 cents 17. Will it go under 60 cents and keep going on this this dive it's been on for quite some time now? Or not? We'll see. Solana is down 4.39% in the last 24 hours, down 8.27% in the last 7 days to $54.73. It's also dropped quite a bit for quite some time now. Again, ADA from Cardano is down 2.55% in the last 24 hours, down 3.93% in the last 7 days to 37 cents 85. Doge is up 1.20% in the last 24 hours, down 2.75% in the last 7 days to 7 cents 849. TRX from Tron is down 3.86% in the last 24 hours, down 0.23% in the last 7 days to 10 cents 39. Ton from Toncoin is up 2.38% in the last 24 hours, up 1.59% in the last 7 days to $2.40. Link from Chainlink is down 3.55% in the last 24 hours, down 6.61% in the last 7 days to $14.27. AVAX from Avalanche is down 2.65% in the last 24 hours, down 7.58% in the last 7 days to $20.30. Matic on Polygon is down 2.59% in the last 24 hours, down 12.84% in the last 7 days to 74 cents 40. Dot from Polkadot is down 3.20% in the last 24 hours, down 6.22% in the last 7 days to $5.13. Let's see, Wrapped Bitcoin is down 1.33% in the last 24 hours, down 1.16% in the last 7 days to $36,895.39. LTC from Litecoin is down 2.53% in the last 24 hours, down 2.8% in the last 7 days to $68.70. Not 77, just 70. SHIB from Shiba Inu is down 0.43% in the last 24 hours, down 4.87% in the last 7 days. And Bitcoin Cash BCH is down 0.79% in the last 24 hours, down 2.04% in the last 7 days to $225.11, which is kind of crazy to me. All of these, except Toncoin, Dogecoin, and the top 20 are going down. And the ones that are going up aren't going up by that much. If we scroll down a little bit, we see a lot of red too, with Leo kind of recuperating from its losses over the last few weeks. Uniswap going up in the last 7 days by 17.20%, which is impressive, actually. Let's look at the last 7 days. When everything is red in the last 24 hours, it's got to be something. Okay, Terra Classic USD. Blur is up 55.88% in the last 7 days. All the Terra stuff is up over 30%. Say is up 27.59% in the last 7 days. Yeah. Uniswap, Clayton, FTX token are all up in the last 7 days. Well, Axie Infinity, Qcoin. Yeah. Quite a few actually show improvements in the last 7 days. It's interesting. So yeah, the market's kind of generally down today compared to how it was last week. I don't know. I don't know, after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, all of that. Maybe this week's going to be a bit calm and then things will take off again in December. We'll see. Also, this is just the first day of the week, right? So we have no idea what else is going to go on this week. So that's the end of our show for today. Sorry for jumping off like that. Had to make sure kid was okay. Yeah, definitely tune in tomorrow. We'll talk about like more news and see what's going on. Expect there to be, a lot more things going on. Hi, Sumaya and Shima and Nabir. Nice to have you guys with us. Yeah. Have a great Monday. See you guys tomorrow. Let's hopefully we'll have more interesting, positive things going on in the market than just Terra Classic USD moving to 6 cents, 582. Yeah. Yeah. See you guys tomorrow. Let's hold tight. Expecting a lot of things to happen with Bitcoin and altcoins in the next few weeks and months. It's just one day at a time right now, and it's been much worse in the last few months, even the last year and a half. Have a good one. See you guys.